Alright. Hey y'all, we back. I apologize. I was getting ready to end that last video I did about how black people don't understand immigration and my phone went dead. But let me go ahead and wrap this video up in as simplest terms as I can. The truth is, black people are not understanding immigration because they don't give a crap. Because they are used to following what they hear on the news, whether it's Fox, CSNBC, MSNBC, CNN, CBS, ABC, whatever. Black people in general, I'm not saying all, do not take the time to do their research. And if you do the research, you will understand that. Now I'm finna break it down to y'all, and I'm finna lose a lot of you Negroes. But the real reason why immigration is the way it is because, truth is, the Democrats cannot win an election based off their policies. Because of their policies, black folks have been meant to be enslaved. This is what you get when you get with the Democrat. Republicans don't give a damn about us anyway. But with the Democrats, they realize we can't depend on these Negroes no more. So what they're doing, they're flooding the country with a whole different voter block. Understand that term, Negroes. Term, ding, 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 ding. Term of the day, phrase of the day is voting block. The Democrats realize that they can't depend on Negroes no more, so guess what they do? They allow all these illegal immigrants to come in and promise them some of the same stuff like free housing, welfare, Medicaid, and all that shit for them. And guess what? They got them some new niggas now that already outnumber us. We've been here for 400 years. But the Hispanics and those that coming from Latin America already outnumber us just in the last 12 years. And guess who you can thank for that? Obama, Bush, all your presidents, because they are nothing but puppets held hostage by the fake media, which is the mainstream media, who tells you that conditions are so deplorable in these camps for these immigrants. Just look at some of the jails that your kinfolks in right now, which is way worse than what them folk going through in them camps that they got caught coming here illegally and put in. Black people are the only people in America who will never understand immigration because you don't take the time to research and study it. You just rather listen to what these white folks on the news tell you about immigration. Like these people are so much of victims. Yeah, they victims because our government in most cases is bombing the crap out of their countries, creating all kinds of war. And in the case of South America and all that, getting all this dope from those folks in South America and basically selling it here. That, man, anyway, hey, brother Emmett, I'll give you a call in a second, man. Hit me up in about 6-7 minutes, man. I'll be off this video. Yeah, we'll talk for sure. Just hit me up. Hit me up. In this case, I'm going to tell you to hit me up on Messenger. Hit me up on Messenger, dog. But anyway, I lost my train of thought. But I'm going to go back and say this. Black people in America who will never, first and foremost, understand immigration unless you research it. Because again, none of your fucking ancestors came here as immigrants. Your people came here as slaves. Our people came here as slaves. Everybody else had the option to come here looking for a better opportunity, and they got it. To the point where we're still, after 400 years of being here, we still the only people around here talking about hands up, don't shoot. Black Lives Matter. And you think I give a crap about some Negro that get mad about a video that I did that showed reality? I showed the video, Lee Hunter. Who are I talking about, Lee? Give me a comment on respond to that. Okay, they bringing drugs over. They the ones putting all this counterfeit money into your neighborhood. But guess what, Lee? You got a bunch of, I'm gonna just call them ignorant fucking Negroes. They're sitting up here trying to justify them motherfuckers up there selling loose cigarettes. Them people up there overcharging you for something as simple as a stamp. These people up here who basically are molesting your daughters and sisters, just like some of these preachers. Hold on, somebody just sent me a request. Hey, I'm gonna add this person here. This is my friend from Hawaii, a follower, to let y'all know. Go ahead, Olga. You come in on here. It's adding you to the video. Because what we're seeing here in Freeport is no different than what's going around the rest of America, but it's just black folks. I say 90% of the black folks are so indoctrinated by a liberal mainstream media that it's half of you might not vote for Democrats no more. Some of you are gonna go for Republicans, and the rest just ain't gonna vote. So the Democrats have found a way to negate the black vote. That's by putting, hey, how you doing, my friend? What's going on from Freeport? How's it going in Hawaii?
You know, we're under weather warfare, and I'm like the #1 enemy to this state because I'm the only truther coming out of Hawaii, talking about geoengineer, talking about Agenda 21, talking about the Target Missile Program, talking about human, you know, the genocide in America. And I'm the only one, and I'm trying to work my way back to the mainland because it's literally me versus an entire town of you know, government agents.
Well, I got another friend out there in Hawaii who's moving back to the mainland. He's coming back to Indiana because of a lot of the liberal. And excuse me, I'm gonna just be real. We cuss over here. A lot of the liberal bullshit that's going on in Hawaii. When in reality, though, Hawaii has the only person that's running for president that we should get behind, and that's Chelsea Galvin. We need to get behind her.
She could be. No, listen. She's coming. No, I don't trust any of these Democrats. I don't trust Republicans or Democrats. Because I think they're actually one diseased bird. Like I literally
they are.
We need to vote third party. Now the Green Party, they, you know, green. You know, to me it represents God, Jesus, the Mother Earth, marijuana, fruits and vegetables, food for us, housing the homeless. Because I'm a trying to vision. I would love for, you know, we're all targeted in America, and you can say, oh, the blacks are more targeted or whatever, or maybe the immigrants think they're more targeted. You know, but the whole thing is we're all targeted, and they're going to target, first of all, we're like the beta models. If they don't like outspoken Americans that stand for their rights, as is written in our Constitution. And so I've been persecuted all my life. And I believe it's my blood type is O negative. So I believe they track all RH negatives, all O negatives, because we have
they had a big issue about that the other day. I saw that about they were tracking people according to their blood type.
Yeah, because the RH negatives and the RH positives are like two different, like, people that are in that are researching about their blood type. The RH negatives are targeted, and it's only the RH negatives are only 15% of the world's population. And the O negatives, which is what I am, my sister, my mother, possibly my father, is only 7% of the entire world's population. And we have like a lot in common because we're the ones that, you know, kind of end up being the black sheep in our families and our communities, because we're not just human. Like we have like, well, the ones that are.
Can you hear me? Well, hey, y'all, this is a friend of mine from Hawaii. She lives in Hawaii. Evidently we got some kind of problem in the wire, but I understand what she says, because to me this thing is bigger. But we're gonna go get right back to immigration and again let black people know that's commenting on that video I made. Tell me which one of your ancestors immigrated to America. Even if you black Irish, your ancestors didn't the acts of slavery. So what we have is a bunch of Negroes in modern day time who listen to a lot of mainstream propaganda and think that they know what's really going on with immigration. But unless you look at what has been done throughout the Middle East, most importantly Africa, parts of Asia, South America, where the resources of those places have been extorted and exploited. So we create trade agreements with these countries. Once we create a trade agreement with these countries, we allow so many of their descendants and their people to come over here so that those same people can send money back to those countries in the form of taxes. And in most cases, they send money back in form of helping their people come over this way. Now, we as Negroes sit around in a fucking neighborhood that we've been in all our year, and we can't even get a loan to open up the liquor store. Even though you can get ABO cards and all that, they will not give us the stores to help form an economic base in our own communities. Because they'll give it to those people who come over here, and guess what? The city, under certain bylaws of international trade agreements, allow them to work tax-free in some cases. This is why they're able to do what they do. Now, we as Negroes sitting around here championing a bunch of people who would not even piss on you to put you out if you was on fire. And these people are coming here because, again, one of the most important reasons, the Democratic Party cannot win a fucking election because they don't have a legitimate platform. So what do? They help inflate the voter rolls by allowing illegal immigrants to come here and then vote. This is why they don't fuck about your vote right now. Black people, the liberal Democrat, the Democratic Party, we know the Republican they've been in a position where they did not care about us. But the Democrats will sit here and fool you like they love you, when in reality, they got some new niggas, and it's the immigrant, because they are literally replacing you on the voter roll. And if you Negroes think that it was you, that it was us, who elected Barack Obama as president, then again, you have nothing fucking to tell me because you're not in tune with reality. It was the homosexuals. It was the motherfucking immigrants that helped elect Barack Obama. Why do you think in his 8 years, they got way more in 8 years than what we got in 400? Do you understand you're being played by a Democratic liberal media agenda? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a Republican at all. I cannot stand them either. But the Republicans are mad because they cannot control us because we are part of that Democratic slave ship. Shuck. We gonna sit back, master, and wait till this Jesus that you taught us about, who allowed you to beat our ass with these whips and make us work in his field. When he come back, he gonna make everything all better. Are you kidding me? So reality speaks for itself, man. Why I did that video last night? If you've been a follower of my page, you'll understand why I did it. But for you new Negroes to my page, understand, I don't give a fuck what you've been through or who you're kin to. I'm going to keep it real. You can sit back and talk all this pretty shit like this one lady, again, I said in an earlier video, gonna tell me, once you said motherfucker, I stopped listening. But hey, ma'am, didn't you just say motherfucker in this post? In this comment? But you got me twisted. This is the mindset that has been programmed into black people by a liberal agenda that wants you to continue to feel like victims instead of standing up and helping your motherfucking self, man. Come on, at what point do you help yourself instead of playing the victim role? Okay, they done all this to us over these years. At what point do you stop talking that shit and form your own economic base so they can never do that shit to you again? The Jews did it. The fake Jews did it, rather. So, man, I do not take a lot of people serious because, again, they do not understand international politics that affects your local politics. Because under current legislation federally, half of these people come over here, man, from other countries. They don't get the loans and all that shit that people talking about, but they get certain breaks under legislation where they don't have to pay the taxes that you and I have to pay. You go apply for food stamps right now, the first question they gonna ask you is, are you an immigrant? And once you say yes, you get everything that black people, white people, or whatever, that's actual Americans used to get straight up off dump. We gotta go through all the hoops now and get it. All they gotta do is just say they're immigrant. These folks get free free medication. In a lot of cases, they getting food stamps. In a lot of cases, they getting public housing. Well, we as Negroes, most of which who got felonies or shit like that, can't even get stuff that was meant for us as Americans. But you niggas championing illegal immigrants. This is why I don't take you serious. This is why I handle people like I handle y'all. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but if you come on my page, man, with some nonsense and a comment that I feel you trying to blow on me, well, guess what? Be prepared to get blowed on back. I still welcome your comments, but you're not finna come up here and sit up here and try to chastise me for simply speaking the truth that you motherfuckers don't even understand. Because 9 times out of 10, if you all comment, most people that comment on my post is a bourgeoisie Negro that think they better than the rest of the Negroes and they can sit there and talk down to us, or a Christian Negro, which is the worst. And I'm gonna be real, if you're a Christian, Muslim, or a Jew, as black people, especially you black Hebrews, all you all are enemies to the struggle of black people, because first and foremost, you're worshiping religion and ideology that was meant to keep us all as fucking docile as possible. Whereas those who are in power, who controls that message, who created that message, can control us by the knowledge that they give us. Fuck thinking outside the box. Get outside that box and think. You Negroes are following a liberal agenda that is really detrimental to the progression of the black community. But just because some white dude tell you on ABC News, you want to discredit the real news behind news, because I say fuck, or motherfucker, or shit. Yes, I say that a lot. But guess what? That does not take away from the truth that I put out there. Keep following these fucking liberal agendas and watch what black people be in 40 years. Will be non-existent. They rather breed you out than allow us to prosper. And at the same time, knowledge is available through that same internet that you all have on your phone, instead of looking up shit on how to be entertained by with Nicki Minaj going over there in Saudi Arabia and all this other stuff. Use that internet to research history, and you're going to find out that we as Negroes in America should not give a fuck about immigrants coming from somewhere else. Y'all be blessed.